Wi-Fi Triple C rule may be the most important rule you should be aware of before you jump into the new project, the design, implementation of the Wi-Fi solution. But why is this so important? My name is Michael, I'm from the Around the T. Let's have a look closer to the Triple C rule. So, what Triple C rule stands for? It stands for three main things. For the first, it's C like channel. Channel. It's very important to know what channel can we use in our environment, and I'm not only talking about the available channel in our domain, in our environment, in a spectrum for different bands, but also what channel legally can we use in our environment. So please look closer to local domain regulations for channels availability, because different countries and different regions have their own rules for that. The second thing is coverage. Coverage is a very important thing because we have to know what areas are we going to cover. So have a long discussion with your team and your customer what exactly areas he wishes to cover. Could be 100% coverage, of course, for every single corner, but could be only some specific areas. So please take a look on this point very seriously. Third point is capacity. In my opinion, the most important point of the Triple 3 rule here. Because by capacity, I'm not only talking about how many devices can we connect to our Wi-Fi solution, but what is most important, what kind of devices can we connect? What the devices support? Do they support only 2.4, 5, 6? Do they support MIMO? What features do the devices support? So please spend some time with your customer and your team on this point and have a very good understanding what your customer is going to connect to your Wi-Fi. Because without that knowledge, even if you configure and prepare your installation perfectly, your customer could be very unsatisfied of the results if you are not aware of what devices your customer is going to connect. All right? So this is Triple C rule: channel, coverage, and capacity. So now, let me show you a simple example of how it's important to follow Triple C rule and what can happen when you don't. So on the screen, can you see now my spectrum analyzer connected to my PC? This is the Channelizer 5 from MetaGeek with DBX antenna and 4 candles. Yes, I know it seems a little bit strange that I have 4 candles here with me right now, but trust me, let us use some imagination right now. Let us say that those 4 candles are access points, Wi-Fi 7 access points. What I'm going to do now is to show you that the access points are creating some energy that we can see via our spectrum analyzer. So let's see a little bit closer. Here is my, wait a second, here is my DBX antenna there, yeah, just show you to the camera. Yep, DBX. And as you can see now, the spectrum analyzer is working down. So now let me try to connect our access points to the network by firing them up. Alright, so here we go. There's the first one. And please observe the spectrum analyzer because these access points are rebooting very quickly. Oh, there you go. We have first one. It will show up soon. Number 2. All are connected. There is number 2 with the host name on it, so that's perfect. Number 3, and waiting a little bit more for 4th access point. And there is a 4th access point. This one with BSSID. I just forgot to enable the host name, but that's fine. We can live with that. So you can see now we have 4 access points connected. Every candle represents single access point. As we now have all 4 access points connected, representing by the candles, let us use our imagination again and let us say that we are in a real case scenario with our customer. Customer wish to change the old Wi-Fi solution with the new one, let us say for example with the Wi-Fi 7, But at the same time, he said to us that he's not interested to follow Triple C rule because he's not seeing any point in that. Why he should spend money on discussion about what devices he's planning to connect to him's Wi-Fi, what coverage area, and even channels he's planning to use. He said that he is enough experienced with the Wi-Fi, so he don't need to follow any Triple C rule. And I said, that's fine, customer, let's just do it. And let us say that this is a Friday evening. The customer already have the mounted old Wi-Fi solution and install the new access points, configure it, and even test it with a great result. So customer is sure that everything will gonna fine Monday morning when the employees will approach the office and connect to the new Wi-Fi. So let us say that this is now Monday morning and employees are coming to the office. I will show you the example on a very simple example how important it is to follow Triple C rule, and if you don't, what is happening. So now, like I said, it's Monday morning, employees come to the office and starting connected devices to the Wi-Fi. Here's some baking soda. There will be a simple physical experiment just to show you the result of not following Triple C rule. So I'm putting some baking soda inside of the glass. Baking soda is representing the data the employees are sending through the Wi-Fi at the beginning of the day. The data are coming from the most popular application Monday morning, like Facebook, YouTube, this kind of things. I'm putting also a little bit vinegar just to be sure that data are cooking with each other, so we can put everything one time to the new Wi-Fi solution. And as you can see, with the time when you are connecting the devices and we're sending some data, the energy is rising extremely in Spectrum Analyzer. But oh, wait, what had happened? All our counters are gone. Our Wi-Fi is down. But why? Customer is totally shocked. He didn't expect that. Wow, what happened here? So as we experienced, this is what can happen when you are not following Triple C rule, especially rule number 3, when you are not aware of what clients are going to be connected to your Wi-Fi. So potentially even your Wi-Fi can go down. But what I want to do now is just we have a better picture of what happened on this presentation with the candles. Let us go a little bit deeper in the details of the customer environment. So let us jump to the next slide. Here we have a simple screenshot did from the software I'm using for design and troubleshooting, and this is Ekahau I Pro, but you can use whatever software you want. This is software I'm using for many years, and I have a great experience with that, so that's the reason I had. So let's see on the first issue here. As you can probably see, at the first the access point using exactly same channel 36. This is first issue. It's not following rule number 1, channel. Remember, like I said, always try to use the channels available for you in your domain, but never use the same channel to make a co-interference like here, because when all access points, like here in this environment using channel 36, there are like one single logical access point, and this is something you want to really avoid, because if your clients are sending some data through this channel, all others will be affected by this. Channel will be unavailable for this particular time when the client is sending his data, okay? So this is very important to be sure that you have no co-interferences, especially in 5 GHz band. The second issue here is that the customer went with 80 megahertz channel width. You can see the second symbol, because you have 36, alpha, 80. The 80 is representing the channel width. The best practice for a 5 GHz band is saying that you should go for enterprise solution with 20 megahertz channel width, maybe in some cases 40, but try to avoid 80 and 106. It's crazy. And why is the reason? The reason is very simple, because every single time when you are expanding the channel width, you are decreasing the amount of the available channels for you. So when you are starting with 25 available channels in 5 GHz with 20 MHz width, you are expanding to 40 MHz width, then you are decreasing amount of the channels to only 12. When you are going for 80, then you have another decreasing, right? So your potentially issue to getting coordinate fluorescence are very high. So that's the main issue here. And of course the positioning of the access point. Customer said that he's fine with the old solution, so he's going to mount new access point exactly in same places as the old one. And I think this is a second issue here, because we need to always ask the question, where our users are going to be? In the corridors like here, or in the meeting rooms, or working places near the desktops? This is the places where the customer are, so access point should be mounted near them. It doesn't mean that you have to be in the center of the room, because that will be another issue, but try always to put access points inside the rooms instead of placing them along corridors. All right, so that we went through the issue and the customer did. Is it something we can do better? Let's see. So now we know what went happen and why things went wrong for the customer. As you see, there is very important thing to be sure what channel are you using with what width, and last but not least, when and where you are placing your access points. All right, so let's see one more time for Triple C rule as you remember it for the single every word. So C, channel, coverage, capacity. All right, three very important thing. And from my side, at the end, my strong advice for every project you are starting with for the Wi-Fi, some points you should be aware of. So for the first, when you're starting your project, is it for just only for design purpose or for implementation? Please always be sure that you are performing a site survey. It doesn't matter what software you are using. It can be like you said, Ekahau, but there is many others and different vendors providing a great stuff for site survey. Like I don't know, Hamina now used to be great stuff from Netali. Whenever software you prefer and like, just please do site survey at the first. Okay. The second one, it's very hard, is to choose hardware. It's not hard for us technicians, because I think we know exactly what access points with what antenna we wish to implement for the customer to meet his criteria. But very often situation is like that the sales department is selling hardware first, and they ask you to implement it. So that's the reason I'm saying that choosing hardware is very difficult for you as a technician. But as long as you have chance, please make sure that you are choosing right hardware with right antennas for customer environment, because access points, some may be said that access points are only the same, but that's not true. Please open the datasheets for different access point and look after radio patterns. They are totally different, and they can give you totally different results in exactly same floor plan. All right, so hardware is very important. Number 3 and 4 is going together. It's RF design. So when you have collected information during the site survey and you know what hardware you are going to implement, make the design. Use, even if you don't have a super software expensive one, just use a piece of paper and simply put the access point in the right places. Okay, but make sure that you have control over design when you and where you want to put the access points. Radio plan, as you saw and experienced in my physical experiment, radio plan is very important. Be sure what channels and with what widths and signal strength are you going to implement for your access points, all right? And two last points, process of the installation. Some maybe can thought that installation is very easy job, but it's not. Always, when you have chance, please talk to electrician or to the guys who gonna be mounting the access points. How do you want the access point to be installed? Because many times I experienced that the electrician just got the box with the access point and put it them on the wall where access points should be mounted on the ceiling for the omni antenna type, right? So please be sure that the guy who is going to install access points for you had a conversation about this with you or with guy who is experienced in the installation before, okay? And as a last point, and a very important one, before you are reporting to your customer that the solution is done and ready to use, please do a post-site survey, all right? Don't have to be super detailed, it can be very quick, but do it. Please go with your antenna, your survey software, and be sure that what you planned are actually on your place, okay? So that's the strong advice from my side about new installations and generally about the Wi-Fi designing. And here at the end I put the picture of the same customer after some adjustments. Here is like it should be done for the small site. You see, the access point was moved inside to the rooms. Also the channels width was decreased into 20 megahertz, and of course channel numbers was changed, so there is no co-interference in the 5 gigahertz band. So this is like the solution should be done for the customer. As long as you're following 000, so these 6 points I pointed here, you'll be fine. So at the end, thank you for your attention. I hope this video can help you somehow with your installation and with your projects. And things are very simple. Follow 000. All right. Thank you for today, and see you in the next episode.